Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am late to the party by a couple of days, but that's okay. I have 2 readathons that I have decided that I'm going to participate in, and August is a very busy month for me, so this is like a pile of possibilities for both the Catch-Up-a-thon and the Reading Falls Academy, Fiction Falls Academy readathon. So if I don't finish them all, I'm not really gonna be super harsh on myself, I hope. A lot of these are already on the TBR for August because I was trying really hard to double up or triple up in some places. So I'm going to start with Fiction Falls Academy. It is happening the entire month of August, but like I said, I'm a couple days late. Sorry, please forgive me. But this is a readathon that has this pretty bookish bingo, and Amanda from Amanda's Booktopia is the creator of this readathon, and I just really want to support her and her channel because it's amazing. So I'm gonna link her channel down below, but I'm gonna quickly just go through. I do have a book for every prompt. Am I promising that I will get a blackout? Absolutely not. Do I even think I'm going to get a blackout? Probably not. June, a couple months ago in June, I read like 50 books, and it was a lot because of the Amazing Readathon, and the Thrills and Chills Book Club had Camp Nightmare, and it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. But in July, I read 13 books, I believe, which is almost my normal. So I don't want to force myself to read like 25 or 30 books. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I went back to work because, school started again, and I have a lot of things happening in my life right now. So this is more of like a pile of possibilities, intended TBR, but if we don't finish all of them, we're okay. I'm not going to be hard on myself. You're not going to be hard on me, But I do really, really want to support Amanda from Amanda's Booktopia, so please go check her out if you haven't already. I have her bingo board here and the list of prompts here, and I will just tell you what I'm hoping to read for the readathon. So the first prompt for Fiction Falls Academy is art. Illustration on the cover or spine. That one was fairly easy. I had a lot of choices, but I ended up going with Happily Never After by Lynn Painter, which is also a Book of the Month book. You're gonna notice that quite a few of these are Book of the Month books because I'm also participating in Catch-Up-a-thon put on by Krista from Books and Jams, which is basically just, I think, the first 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure. I'll try and put the date here if I can find it. I think it's the first 2 weeks of August is where you try and read as many Book of the Month books as you can. I am going to extend it and try and read as many Book of the Month books as I can for the entire month. And there are prompts. It's like a create your own barbecue type of prompt. So you have 3 choices for who's gonna be there, where are you having this barbecue. It's really fun. I'm not gonna participate to the full extent where I pick one. I'm just gonna try and read all my books this month. But I will also link Krista's channel down below. So anyways, Happily Never After is about this woman who is getting married, and she found out that her fiance is cheating on her again. And she doesn't want to call off the wedding because her dad actually works for her fiance's dad. So she can't call off the wedding, but she can hire a professional objector. So she hires Max. Sophie hires Max to object at her wedding. He does, everything, stops the wedding. They don't get married. And then Sophie and Max decide to partner up and become professional objectors at other people's weddings. And that sounds so good. Then the next one is Physical Science. Read a book with a weather word in the title. Some of you might think I'm cheating. I'm definitely stretching this prompt, but it's okay. I have one other option, but I don't want to read it. I'm not in the mood to read it, so I'm definitely stretching this. So for weather, Physical Science, I'm going to be reading The Shining because the sun shines, and shine is kind of like shining. I told you, I'm stretching it. But there we go. Number 3, okay, it says computers is to play a game. My husband and I had a game night last night. It was like board games, and we played Rummy and 10,000 and Connect 4, and we just hung out and played some games. I'll probably be playing more games this month, so that one's pretty much already checked off, but I just haven't checked it off yet. Homework. Read the group book. I have The School of Good and Evil on a hold at my library from the audiobook. I am not promising I'm going to read it because I think this is middle grade and fantasy, and it's not something that I would normally read, but if I get to it, then I get to it. Then math is a book with a number in the title. For this one, I'm going to be reading Archie Volume 4. There's a word, number. I can't really tell you anything about this because it's Volume 4. But it's basically Archiekins, or the old school Archie comics. They kind of revamped them when they made Riverdale, the TV show, which is loosely based on Archie, and then I think these came after the Riverdale show, and it follows the Riverdale characters, even though it's all based on the original Archie comics. I know, it's a lot, but that will be the one with the number in the title. Now we are going to the second row, and it is PE, so a verb in the title. For that one, I'm picking Sign Here by Claudia Lux. Sign is a verb because you're signing your life away in this novel. This is like a comedic horror novel, kind of, because I have started it several years ago when it first came out, and then I put it down, and the tone was very humorous, which is not usually my jam, but you follow Payet, who is trying to get a promotion in hell because he works in hell. He wants to go from the 4th floor to the 13th floor, I think. And he just has to get this really rich, wealthy family to sign their life away. So sign here. The next one is psychology. Have a self-care day. So that could literally be anything. Maybe do my nails again because I don't have any more nail polish on them. Maybe do my skincare or my facial. I haven't done facials in a while, but I have the stuff to do it. So that's yet to be determined, but definitely. Then detention is to read an intimidating book. So for an intimidating book, I'm going to be reading Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. This is historical fiction about the orphan trains that were taking orphans from the East Coast to the Midwest, carrying thousands of abandoned children whose fates would be determined by pure luck. Would they be adopted by a kind and loving family, or would they face a childhood and adolescence of hard labor and servitude? And yeah, this scares me because I think it's loosely based on true things, and also like historical fiction is not my go-to. So that one is scary, but it's on my TBR. Then we have health. Choose a mood read. So for mood read, I am not going to pick it in this video. I'm just going to be able to pick up whatever I want to read at some point during the month of August. Then I have Jander's Closet. Join a productivity sprint. I haven't done that yet this month, but if I get the chance to, that would be cool. Like I said, August is one of my busiest months, so especially this August I have a lot going on, but we'll see if that happens. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool too. Then Auditorium, join the movie watch along. I think it's the High School Musical watch along. I'm not really interested in that movie, nor do I think I have the time to watch it. I don't know what the date is for it. I forgot to look, but you know, if I make it, cool. If I don't, cool. Lockers. 3 words in the title for that. I'm picking another book of the month book, and that's Past Perfect Life by Elizabeth Elberg. I have no idea what this is about. It's from 2019, and I've had it since 2019. It's a young adult novel with 3 words on the title. So there it is. What happens when your future is shattered by a secret past? And book of the month, so it happens to help me with catch up with on. And then the next one is biology. Oh, I forgot. We started the 3rd row a long time ago, but I'm just going to keep going. Biology, which is to read a book with an animal on the cover. For that one, I'm picking Pillow Thoughts by Courtney Pepperneal. This is a poetry collection, and that's all that I know. I've heard really good things about this author, so I'm excited to get a poetry book on here. And then history, a book that was published before 2024. For that, I'm going to be reading Daphne by Josh Malerman. This came out in 2023, I believe. So it's recent history, but it's history, it counts for the prompt. And yeah, 2023. So this follows this basketball team. They're at the championship basketball game, and they're in high school, so I'm a little scared that's going to be too young adult for me. But the night before the basketball game, the girls share this urban legend story about Daphne, who was a student at their high school, and she was viciously attacked by these guys that went to school with her, and they left her in her garage to die. And it's a horrific story. It's also like kind of a boogeyman urban legend, or think like Bloody Mary. You say her name 3 times, she comes out and kills you. Only Daphne, if you even think about her, she kills you. So there's that. Then we're starting on the 4th row. It's School Gardens. Flowers on the cover. For this one, I gave myself another easy one. I'm going to be reading Archie Volume 5. I do have a lot of books that have flowers on the cover, but honestly, I was just really intimidated by this large stack of books in front of me, and knowing that I'm gonna be busy. But you know, I can't tell you anything else about Archie because spoilers for the series. Then we have Foreign Language, a book set in a country or a world outside of yours. So for that one, I'm gonna be hopefully reading The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. This is also another Book of the Month book. But it's some kind of fantasy world. I was told it's kind of like Narnia? Question mark, maybe? Okay. Inspired by C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia, this wild and wondrous novel is a fairy tale for grown-ups who still knock on the back of wardrobes, just in case. Okay. So that sounds really good. Meg Schaefer's writing was very whimsical and very, like, I don't want to say fluffy because it's not fluffy, but it's very whimsical and light and fun. So I'm hoping to get to this one, but if I don't get to one, this might be the one that I don't get to this month. Then Hall Pass is disconnect from technology for a day. Then library, read a bookish book. For this one, I am picking my TBR knockout book, Better Than Fiction by Alexa Martin. There's books on the cover, and I believe that this girl, Drew, okay, so Drew inherits her grandmother's bookstore. Even though she's not really a reader, she's more of a the movie was better type of girl, until she inherits this bookstore, and then I think that she falls in love with books, and I think it's also a romance. I don't know for sure, but I feel like that's a bookish book. There's a book on the cover, and you know, she inherits a bookstore, so that's bookish. Then the Sociology is a buddy read. I didn't have anything for this until I remembered that the Thrills and Chills book club is going to be reading Middle of the Night by Riley Sager as their book for the book club. So I'm intending to join the Thrills and Chills book club for the month. And this is also book of the month as well, so it'll help me with catch up upon. Okay, and then the next one is chemistry. Read a book with a romance subplot. Again, this one might be one that I don't quite get to this month, even if I want to. And that is Breathers by S.G. Brown. So this I borrowed from my brother-in-law, and I really need to read it. But I'm generally not a zombie. I don't like zombie movies. I was gonna say I like zombie movies, but I don't. I'm not really a zombie girly. Other than like The Walking Dead, that doesn't matter, you know. Like, Walking Dead was amazing until it wasn't anymore and I stopped watching, so I haven't finished it, so no spoilers, because eventually I would like to go back and finish The Walking Dead. But generally zombies are not my thing, but my brother-in-law thinks that this would be a zombie book that I would like, because it's like about Andy, who is a zombie, and he goes to this support group for other zombies, and then I think it's a love story. That looks like a romance. There's a heart and two zombies kissing, and George really thinks I'm gonna like this one. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for this one, and that's why I haven't read it. But I need to read it so I can get it back to my brother-in-law. Then philosophy. Read a book out of your comfort zone. For this, I picked another historical fiction. And again, it's book of the month. Like I said, I'm trying real hard to hit the book of the month books for catch-up-a-thon. This is Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins Valdez. I have had this on my shelf for a couple of years now. But I think that it follows, Montgomery, Alabama in 1973. You follow this nurse who goes to do something to, I think these are her patients, these two girls. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on it, but part of me thinks it's like an abortion, and that she is administering an abortion to 12-year-old girls, and she's never had to give an abortion to a kid before, and it's like the ramifications of that. If I'm wrong, then I'm completely sorry, but I don't know. Then English, spell your first name on the front cover using any of the letters available. So for this, I'm going to be reading Instance Around the House by Josh Mallerman. So A L I D A. I used both the title and Josh Mallerman's name, but it works. Alita. Ah. Okay, then there's Guidance Office, Friend Pick. I'm actually gonna have my husband come in, and I'm gonna let him pick any book. I might have him pick from here. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just let him pick something. And then the last prompt is cafeteria. Treat yourself to lunch at some point in the month of August. So I think because Patrick's home, I'm gonna insert footage of him picking a book right now. Okay, I have a few goals that I'm trying to do in August. So I have picked a whole stack for Patrick to go through, and I will tell you why for most of them. Okay? And then I will tell you which ones I hope he picks and which ones I hope he doesn't pick real quick. And then I'm going to go get him. Alright, spoiler alert. I'm doing the 1 week, 1 shelf challenge. And some of these books are on that shelf, and that's why they're here. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but some of them. So, Stephen King is just an author that I want to keep exploring. I really don't want him to pick this, though. The Hidden is one that I've DNF'd before, but I would like to give it one more shot before I unhaul it. I'm Not Your Final Girl is one that I just got. It's really short, and it's also like completely up my alley. I kind of hope he picks this one. Just Like Mother is already on my TBR, so if he picked it, then that would be helpful. The Little Paris Bookshop is very much outside my comfort zone, but it would help me with my reading 70% of the books that I haul this year goal. Go Hex Yourself is one that seems really, really cute, would also help me with that goal. Same with A Head Full of Ghosts. Before We Were Years would be another historical fiction. I really don't want another historical fiction. So then The House of Brides I really don't want on this TBR. Then there's Home Before Dark, just because I'm already reading Riley Sager, so why not add another one? Kyle's Little Sister is a graphic novel. Let's see. Is a graphic novel that would kind of help me with all the books that I'm, the bigger books that I have to read this month. Then The Last Bookshop would be a really cool bookish book, but it's also historical fiction, and I'm not really in the mood for it right now. Inspection is Josh Malerman, and since I am already reading 2 other Josh Malermans, why not have him as an option? Reprieve by James Hahn Matson is for a thing that I'm doing for the entire year. I don't really want it right now. Along with The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. That is a thriller, but I don't really want that one right now either. Hotel Magnifique. I don't care one way or the other, but I'm probably going to be unhauling it soon, so maybe I should try and give it a shot. A History of Wild Places, same as Hotel Magnifique. The Safe Place, I've DNF'd, so I don't know why I still own it. Then Thick is nonfiction. I really need a nonfiction book to add to my TBR because that's part of TBR Knockout. So if you pick that, that'd be great. The Midnight Library is another bookish book. I don't know if I want to read it because I heard that's really like emotional, and I don't want that. But Mr. Magic by Kirsten White, that sounds phenomenal. I think if it's on the bottom, he's not gonna pick it though, but I absolutely do want to give this one a shot. So I'm gonna go get him and let him pick from that stack. Hey hubby.
Hey, I'm in my workout clothes.
Do you know why you're here?
I'm picking you a book.
Okay, so I have a stack of books right here, and you can pick any from this stack.
From this stack?
From this stack.
So I can't pick from here?
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to, but I was intending you to pick from this stack.
I think we can make that work. I want you to tell me who Kyle's little sister is.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Is that the one you wanted?
Well, I mean, it's a graphic novel, so it's gonna be easier.
I didn't know it was a graphic novel, but that'll work.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Perfect. So Kyle's Little Sister is my last book on this TBR, and I'm pretty sure it's like a romance
between Grace and Kyle's little sister is Grace, and her brother's best friend.
Nice. Your books fell.
I'm gonna have to pick those up.
Yeah. Later.
Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I'm gonna pick those up now. Can't believe he did that to my books.